Hello, is this the UNF clinic? Hi, came in last week to get some blood checked, and it says that I have some abnormal white blood cell counts, some nutritional deficiencies, and I was wondering what all that's about. Celiac disease? What does that entail? A digestive disorder? How would we go about confirming something like this? Biopsy of my small intestine? I don't think my health insurance covers that. Essentially, there are 6 processes in the digestion and processing of food: ingestion, propulsion, mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, absorption, and defecation. As food enters the mouth, it begins ingestion. Here the teeth begin to mechanically digest and break down the food. Some chemical digestion also occurs in carbohydrates due to the salivary amylase. Next, food is propelled through the esophagus by peristalsis as a bolus to the stomach, where it is further mechanically digested. Proteins begin chemical digestion by pepsin in the stomach. The precursor to pepsin is pepsinogen, produced by chief cells and activated by the hydrochloric acid made by the parietal cells. The chyme moves out of the stomach through the pyloric sphincter into the duodenum. Chemical digestion continues here at the duodenum and into the jejunum. At the brush border of the jejunum, absorption of nutrients occurs. In an individual with celiac disease, it is at this stage that a problem occurs. Food containing the protein gluten will cause the body to attempt an immune response against gluten in the small intestine. The antibodies produced in the immune response damaged the villi in the small intestine due to inflammation. After a physical examination and a checkup of medical and family history, a doctor could diagnose celiac disease with a blood test. This test looks at abnormal amounts of white blood cells. Additionally, they can take tests to analyze nutrient deficiencies, stool samples, and biopsies of the small intestines. There are up to 300 reported symptoms associated with celiac disease, depending on the resource consulted. Some of the major issues include many digestive problems like bloating, pain, gas, diarrhea, and discolored stools. Due to the damage at the site of absorption, dietary deficiency issues may accompany celiac disease. This may include iron deficiency, weight loss, vitamin deficiency, fatigue, and more. This disease seems to result in a domino effect. With damage to the process of absorption, more and more problems arise due to the lack of essential nutrients. Even worse, celiac disease can lead to some forms of deadly cancer in the gastrointestinal tract. Unfortunately, there is currently no cure or drug treatment to reduce the symptoms of celiac disease. The only treatment method is a strict gluten-free diet. Even small amounts of gluten can result in a response and damage to the small intestine and other symptoms. Unfortunately, this is a very challenging diet because so many foods are processed with or contain gluten. When gluten comes in contact with the small intestine, the immune system mounts a response that causes inflammation. Over time, this inflammation damages the finger-like projections called villi in the small intestine. The damage wears away the projections, flattening the epithelium exposed to the lumen of the small intestine. This area is the site of absorption. So without these projections, absorption of nutrients decreases. When gluten is taken out of the individual's diet, inflammation goes down and healing can occur. In summation, celiac disease is an autoimmune and digestive disorder that affects the site of absorption at the jejunum. It causes inflammation on the villi of the small intestine. It damages them, which damages the body's ability to absorb nutrients. There are over 300 possible symptoms associated with celiac disease, and the only possible treatment for it is a strict gluten-free diet. Since it is a genetic disorder, it is inherited through family and can be tested through family history checks, a physical examination, as well as several tests including blood tests, biopsies, stool samples, and nutritional tests.